The plane soon takes off, and as we rise in the air, I notice that the Asian woman beside me has fallen asleep. Her head bobs with the motion of the plane, and her phone has started slipping through her fingers. And when it finally falls out of her hand, she jerks awake and looks around briefly, as if hoping no one has seen her, and then she puts her phone away and settles back into her nap. With no one to talk to, I pull out my laptop to get a little work done, doing my best to honor the unspoken etiquette of airplane personal space. I keep my elbows tucked in at my side and my knees together. I give up as much of both armrests as I can, direct my air vent away from my neighbors, and keep my light off. As I type, though, I notice in my peripheral vision that the Asian woman's black hair is drawing closer and closer to my own head. In her exhaustion, she is leaning unconsciously towards me, like this. I lower my shoulder, like this, to give her room to lean, and after a few moments with her head pitched awkwardly in my direction, she bolts upright, glancing at me out of the corner of her eye, searching, I imagine, for any sign of how far she's been leaning over. I keep typing, pretending not to notice her bewildered look, and after a few seconds, she's bobbing again, her head slipping down toward me and then back up, never quite aloft and never quite fallen over. And she keeps on bobbing like this for several minutes. And I keep dropping my shoulder lower and lower to save her for the embarrassment of making contact. And we fly on like this for a good half hour, she leaning and I slouching, doing my best to preserve the space between us without waking her up. And it's really painful at this point because I am sitting, airplane seats, right? I got my inner dialogue during this awkward dance between her nodding, unconscious head and my slouching, self-conscious shoulder goes something like this. She's ridiculous. She's probably exhausted, probably hungover. I had to wake her up. I hate to wake her up. If she could see us, she'd be mortified. What am I supposed to do, jab her in the ribs? My back is getting sore. She could rest on my shoulder. What if she gets the wrong idea? What if I have to slouch like this for another hour? I'll forget it. I ease myself up ever so slowly and let her head come in for a landing on my shoulder. She doesn't move at first, but then she adjusts her head slightly as if unconsciously accepting the gesture. And I try to hold still and let her sleep. I sit and watch the plane's cabin in front of me, only the back of the heads visible above the blue leather seats, little bumps like braille I can't read, or perhaps like prairie dog mounds, small signs of life that suggest an entire world beneath the surface. Our heads bob in concert with the light turbulence vibrating through the aircraft, and it occurs to me that my own head, seen from behind, appears just as anonymous to the people sitting behind me. Soon, flight attendants will rise and walk down the aisle, collecting orders for small plastic cups of juice, soda, or coffee. And the pilot will turn off the seatbelt sign, and the lines will begin to form at the restrooms, and some of us will read or sleep or chat with their neighbors. In approximately 30 minutes, an exhausted Asian woman will wake up, realize she's been sleeping on my shoulder for who knows how long, and she will not be able to make eye contact or acknowledge me in any way for the rest of the flight. When we land, she will hurry to the exit without looking back, and I will never see her again. But right now, in the early hum of this short flight, I will keep still, she will sleep soundly, and the two of us will, for just a moment, be a little more than strangers. Thank you.